Well, good evening and welcome back to Rangers Radio. Rangers 3, Standard Liege 2, through to the last 32 of the Europa League. Join myself, Fox, here on the show this evening is my mucker, Fox. How are we doing, Fox?
Evening, Fox, Jerry. Evening, listeners. Well, what can I say? That was a 20-fagger, that game, mate.
20-fagger.
Honest to God, I couldn't stop smoking through that. I didn't know whether we were going to win or lose in that game.
I thought they were the best team in the first half, but I thought we were a better team after 5 minutes in the second half, Fox. They could have scored more in the first half, I'll give you that, but we had a lot of good chances, and their goalie made some good saves to keep it to 3-2, yeah.
It was such a strange game. I thought we could have been 2 behind early in the first half, and then at the very end of the game, we could have been winning that game 5-2.
Aye.
What a strange game of football it was.
But it was a game of football where the two teams are trying to win it, Fox.
Aye, true.
We're not used to that. We're not used to that. I thought our two best players for me in the evening were Balogun and Stephen Davis.
I thought Stephen Davis had a tremendous game. Very seldom gave the ball away, controlled the pace of the game, especially in the second half when we got one nose in front. And Balogun, yes, he had quite a good game as well. I thought our front three misfired for long parts in the game. I didn't think Kent done much for best part of 60 minutes. Same for Morelos, same for Ruth. But again, it's for defenders that dig us out with important goals when it's needed.
Aye, obviously good header for Goldson. And
terrific,
to go all the way, obviously Tab with a penalty kick. And he actually slips when he takes it. And then the third goal, the pick of the bunch, I was getting a wee bit critical of Kent, and that was he showed a bit of quality there for the first time in the evening for me. And a lovely rollback for for Arfield, who worked hard all night without having his greatest game, but a right good finish, and we won the match, Fox.
Aye.
Do you don't think that's good that we showed a different kind of a way to win a match, mate? It's not all roses. You've got to learn to dig it out. We went behind twice against a decent side and come back and win.
Aye, without a doubt. I think we, especially this season, we always find a way to win the game, and the night was no exception. I was really pleased at the end up. I don't know who was the most nervous when Tav stepped up to take that penalty kick, me or him, because I was just going, for God's sake, put it in, Tav. See, when he slipped, I was wondering where it was going, but it rocketed into the middle of the goal, so that was a big relief for me.
In the second half, I thought we played well, mate. After maybe the first 5-10 minutes of the second half.
Aye, we created chances. Yeah, a terrific header for Connor Golson, mate, and another terrific save by their goalkeeper. Ruth got through 1-on-1, where I was thinking with his coolness that he would have finished that, but
you don't think he just rolled it to Kent for a tap-in?
Well, I knew he was going to take it on himself. You wouldn't expect a stretch your eye.
There was a tap-in for Kent. Kent was raging, he could have just rolled him in,
Take your word for that. That was the cause of another fag getting lit, mate.
And then the pick of the bunch for their goalkeeper, the save for Borner, mate.
Oh, terrific. Again, Borner's free kicks. Places them with power and accuracy. And it was a terrific save by their goalkeeper.
That's a goal, 7 out of 10, I think, Fox, huh?
There are no many keepers would have got to that. And it's a wee short run-up, mate. I mean, a lot of players have a stronger run-up than that. He just seems to whip the ball for a standing position, and he puts plenty of power onto it. And it always gets it on target, as we know.
Mm-hmm. All right, and a big shout-out to Alan McGregor for most missed appearances for Rangers in European competitions, and we won the match, so like no clean sheet, but he still played his part with that nice wee save in the second half, mate.
Aye, did that one down at the right hand post, wasn't it? When the boy got in behind Goldson, that one. Sorry, I was just watching a replay of our winning goal where they're trying to claim that Alfie was offside, which he was. Was he blocking the goalkeeper's view? Who cares? It stands 3-2. Go on the Rangers.
Yeah, I would deserve any better luck we get. Go away next week, win the game. We've won the group. See where it takes us. It'll be interesting to see what Benfica do next week, if they'll rest players or whatever. But we'll see where it takes us, folks. We've just got to enjoy it. Was that 24 games now? 24
games unbeaten. What a start to the season. And, of course, a few of the games are in Europe where most Scottish teams fall down, but we stride on through.
Mm-hmm. All right, so if people want to join us and give their thoughts, what's the number, mate?
The number is 0141 356 1972.
Or join us at Skype at RangersRadio.online. We'll be on the call. The Old School Blues on the technicals tonight because Fox is doing the talking. And if you phone in, hang up and we will phone you back. Yeah? Is that fair, Fox? All right. Tremendous feat back into the last 32. We've got to be pleased where we are. And our big mucker, George Logan's joined this evening. George.
How you doing, boys? All right?
All right,
evening,
mate.
Georgie boy.
Happy with the result, George?
Ox, this team, they just they're blowing me away, Ox. And I keep on getting too excited about Ox. Last week I was speaking about it and I said, you know something, I couldn't see us getting beat last week. You get one of the feelings, but I couldn't see us going out. I couldn't see us beating them all, so I just couldn't see it. And I thought that we got out of the game was probably about right. The night I thought we were absolutely brilliant the night, Ox, when the chips were down. 1-0, I said to myself, and I said to in the group chat to the boys, we didn't come when we're beating these games and we've came back in, Ox. That's not just a wee team we beat the night. We beat a good team the other night, Ox. We've came back for been done twice to beat them, Ox. So that's good going for us. I think we're doing really well in the Ox.
Yeah. Showed, I think Big Jock would call it character.
Well, Ox, I asked if we got character. I asked the question if we got character because there was a couple of occasions when we've needed it. And the guys that showed it this year, they have got character. Times when that lot have been maybe playing before us and put pressure on whatever, and we've came through it, Ox, so we're maybe growing as a team. I still thought we had a wee while to go, but Ox, to qualify 2 years in a row with a game to spare, and folk are saying about resting players next week and that, Ox, I think you go for the win and you go as far as you can in this, because you know what, we're giving ourselves a great chance here, Ox. We're absolutely playing great football. I think we've still got a gear to go up. As excited as them are, Ox, it might sound strange. I think we've still got a gear to go up a couple of the players. But we're still playing nice football and winning games, so it's all good for me to know.
It's good. I enjoyed when we got control of the football. You take the last maybe half an hour, they were hardly up the park, really, weren't they? Hardly up the park, you know. We passed it, we kept them penned in, we made a lot of decent opportunities. Some of them never quite come off. For instance, when I think it was Kamara played the ball through to Alfie, just put slightly too much weight on it, you know. The fine measures, because I think the wee man could do with a goal just for his confidence, but we've played some lovely stuff at times, orchestrated by the governor, Sir Stephen Davis.
I thought it was, Ox. I thought, special mentions for Scotty Arfield and...
I'm sure the board are pleased up there. But follow the team near and far. Unfortunately, the circumstances at the moment can't allow them to do that. But we need to keep making them proud while they're watching us from home. The important thing is that they stay safe. And for the players, these players want to compete against the best and be challenged against the best. So the longer we can stay in Europe, the better. And this gives us now the chance, if we want to make a few changes, which hopefully will help us be fresh domestically.
and that's the thing. Progress secured, but the job's not quite finished, is it? Because I know you would like to finish top spot in the group as well.
Of course, look, Rangers, we always have got to aim to be top. We've always got to aim to be first. But I've got to look at the big picture. I've got to realise what's more important at the moment. And
that was nice of Stephen Gerrard to phone in there.
Well, we don't usually get him, but that was nice. The show's getting better. I think he's a bit cheeky. Reverse the charges. George. All right, so if people want to join us, give us a phone. 0141 356 1972 or join us at Skype at RangersRadio.online. We were brought in the Cobby Old School Blue. Phone in, hang up, we will phone you back. Come in and speak to Fox and Big George Logan. George, you've got to be pleased. Fox and you've got to be pleased.
Oh, more than pleased. Absolutely delighted for not only the team but the support as well. How far we've come in a few years in this Europa League, where it doesn't matter what team or the strength of the team we come against. We've got some terrific results. And tonight, a team that was probably underestimated by the Rangers support, me included, thought it might have been quite comfortable at Ibrox. But it just shows you there's no easy games. So our run in Europe has been simply brilliant for us and the fans.
George?
I mean, a run in Europe, Ox, I was only wanting the league this year, and I'm going to say that's what I wanted. And we get some money for these European runs, and we're building up a right good pedigree. We're doing some good stuff for Scottish football. Ox, I mean, we've qualified for the next round, last 32, with a game to spare. We're flying in the league now, Ox. I just hope we can keep this going, because we've built a really good wee team. But we're starting to win good games. We're scoring a lot of goals, and we're not just relying on 11 guys. We've got a good squad we can pick for, and guys are getting dropped and things like that. Ox, and the boys are coming back in and just doing exactly a good job as well. So it's all good now, Ox.
Here, George. Here. I did wonder with the Barisic and Bassey's substitution. I thought I'd have brought on Bassey for Kent, but there you go with the arrows. Gerrard's seen the game. Anyway, we'll also be joined by Gary. Back in again. Evening, Gary, again.
How you doing, Gerrard? All right?
Yeah, we're buzzing, mate. Nice, a good football match, good victory. 3 points, top of the group.
I think so. That's one of the hardest games we've had this season, I think. We've had to dig in and show a real team spirit to come back, for being a couple behind, and I think it just shows another string to your bow, to be honest with you.
I agree. George?
I 100% agree as well. That shows you a bit of character as well. We were talking about earlier on about certain games where his players get certain characters to come from behind and that, and I think that shows a lot about our team tonight. You've got guys in your team that didn't want to show that beat mentality. They've always wanted to fight for us in that. We've come a long way in the last couple of years. A few years ago, we couldn't have said that about a lot of the boys that are playing with our team. We've bought a lot of guys now who've maybe not been Rangers fans when they came, but they've definitely got the passion for it now, and you can see it in the park.
Here. He's built a squad, he's built a team, and we're improving. That was a different kind of victory tonight, but I think one we should take a lot of pleasure out of, Gary.
Absolutely. I think, it's not Scottish football. That's the thing. You're not going to go out there and you're not going to blow teams away like we're doing, or we have been in Scotland this season. I think, European football is a lot different. I think some fans, no disrespect to them, but they can't differentiate between the two. They just see it as a game of football. Doesn't it work like that? No, when you go into Europe, different kettle of fish, especially when you're playing a game against a team like Standard Liège that have got that ability and they've got the desire that it's a must-win game for them. And they showed that in the way they played, and we answered it. We stood up to the fight and we answered it.
Aye, Fox?
Sorry, mate. I missed the question.
Okay, I just said we showed a character, stood up to the fight and found a way to win the match.
Well, that's correct. I heard Stephen Craigan saying that on the commentary on BT. We've got a strong mentality, and even when parts of the team aren't firing great, the rest of them dig in even harder to bail them out. And after a shaky start tonight, I think the defence stood up well at the end of the game, and showed what a good solid defence they can be. The midfield began to work their way into the game and got control of the midfield. And the front three started to kick into a wee bit of form later on in the game. And that's why we ran out winners tonight. It's one for all and all for one in this team.
You're talking about winners. We've been joined with our own GB. Evening, GB.
Hello, how are you all doing, gents?
The man that puts the great in the Great British Plumbers.
I'm fine with it, Ox. Hope you are all well. What a brilliant night for Rangers again tonight. It's just outstanding that we have made it through to the next round. Just the board must be absolutely chuffed. Even the players as well. I mean, the standard of player that they're going to be playing against as well in the next round. Mm-hmm. Just a great learning for the coaching staff as well tonight. I think maybe they learned for their mistakes. We know and make some substitutions and that. I was crying out for it probably too early in the second half, but I was glad they'd done it because you could tell that the way Liege were playing, that they were pressing them a lot, so that would have took out a lot of energy out of our team tonight. So it was good that they knew to make the substitutions at the right time and that. But a fantastic win. Really, really chuffed. Really, really chuffed.
It was a good game as well, on the piece, Gary, yeah?
For the neutral, watching that tonight, I think you'd be really happy with that game, if you know what I mean. Like end-to-end football and goals galore. And that one, like I say, is our third goal. That bit of play, just that bang, bang, bang. Arfield just tucks it away. It's just, I love that about us. See, when I see the kind of goals, that's a kind of Steven Gerrard put together goal kind of thing. That's his team goal, because Arfield always kind of scores a goal like that for us, and it's just I just love how we kind of catch the defences out like that. It's just outstanding. I'm just so happy that we've got through the night, and we've got a kind of a game to spare, but a game that he can roll the dice on. If he wins it, brilliant, we're top of the group. If he doesn't, then it doesn't matter, we're still through. You know what I mean? So great position to be in.
Who's showing for you, GB?
I would say Scotty Arfield. To be fair, the team in the first half, we dug in. We went in level, which was brilliant. But the second half, again, Mr. Davis just controlling the game. And then, like I said, Arfield would just with his work rate and stuff like that. Roof as well. I mean, Roof was in about the game. I heard Stubbs saying that Buffalo had his worst game tonight. He didn't have a great game, but I tell you something, some of the fouls he won up the park for us gave us a wee bit of air, I would say. Gives a wee bit of time to breathe. So probably overall for me, my man was Scotty Arfield tonight. Just brilliant.
Got the winner.
Aye.
Got the winner. What about yourself, Gary?
I kind of disagree with them. I think Stephen Davis is an absolute Rolls Royce, and he defies his years. He's on his last year of his contract. I think he's earning himself a new contract next season, to be honest with you. So you kind of defy the qualities that he's got. He keeps his game dead simple. Always looking to play that positive pass forward, but if it's no one, he doesn't force it. Just never seems to make a bad pass. Ever, and unless it's at the end, and I can't see past that boy. Mm-hmm. I think there's a couple of players that were off the ball in the first half, but I was never worried. We were 1-0 down. My boy turned around and says, "Are you worried?" And I went, "No." I felt confident we'd bring it back. I thought we'd still get in the game. I thought we were fortunate to be level at half time, but I just had that confidence that we've not even started yet. That way, and I thought, this is a game of football. This is when I want to watch Rangers. It's all good watching it, we goes, "Oh, you're why," but that's a good acid test to see what we might be like next season. You know, if we go a goal behind it, you know, Aberdeen or Hibs or whatever, just to see how we might handle that pressure next season, domestic football. And we handled it well. To be honest with you, the team done really well not to panic and start knocking it long and stuff like that. Really good.
There was a small minute in the game. I'm going to bring some callers, but there was a small minute in the game. George Goldstein passed it out of the park behind Tav. Started the second half, and I thought, "Oh, here we go. This is going to be the same as the first." But no, from that point on, we were pretty good, eh?
I thought the exact same option.
Gary, wait a minute, George. Gary, can we ask you to go and mute with your phone, mate? We're getting a lot of noise. Sounds as if you're doing the dishes, mate.
That's exactly what I'm doing. Keeping on the good side of the missus. Can I watch your football and have a beer? And I've got to keep on the good side of the missus, but I'm mute. No worries.
Cheers, mate. On you go, George, and then we'll go to Andy Phillips.
What I was saying there, Ox, I mean, I think our substitutions were at good times as well, Ox. The guys who we brought on, I mean, we've got a really strong bench. Aribo coming on, I think Aribo looks absolutely fantastic tonight. Scott Arfield has become a player for us this season, Ox. So I can take a lot of positive to that tonight. And what you were saying there as well, when we went down 1-0, Ox, I didn't fear it because if we hadn't started, see if we had a few chances and then they went up 1-0, I'd maybe say it's one of the ones where it's just not got to be your night. But if we hadn't started, it was 1-0, Ox. I never felt at any point, we've got a doing here or that. I always had the confidence that we've got to come back into the game and turn the game around, Ox.
All right, mate.
Can I ask you?
When you go, Fox.
Does the manager deserve a lot of credit? Because I think we changed to a 4-4-2.
We did.
And that helped us get control of the game. And it's not often he changes the tactics, but I think he got it spot on the night, because for then on in, that's when we started to create chances in the second half.
Here, mate. I think between them, the coaching staff got that bit right. Evening, Andy.
Evening. I'm very proud of my team tonight. I think we're showing great strides here. We came out there, we were getting toasted down the left-hand side. There were two fullbacks, was they up to it? They were too deep, getting caught. We managed to get a couple of goals back, go off at half-time there. And then about 10 minutes in, we started to up the game, started playing around, getting the ball moving. Kent was very quiet, but he came in with that lovely, push back for Arfield to score. Stephen Davis was absolutely immense. I think he was a catalyst to Rangers getting out of that. I thought Roof had a fantastic game. He does a lot of work that goes unnoticed there. And Arfield, well, as I said to you at the start of the season, when he lost that shirt, when he got it back, I said to you, I think he realises what he'd lost there, and he's just got him, leaps and bounds. Absolutely fine. I'm absolutely over the moon with him. And I think we'll have learned a hell of a lot out of this tonight. And we're still sitting there looking at this from where we've been, and we're going into a chance that we're actually going to win this group. We've actually got a chance to win it. You can't knock that. We're coming forward. Don't get me wrong, at half-time, my Shuggy's ears were red like for the defending. But he kept calm, and Shuggy kept saying, "No, Andy, just stay calm." And then obviously we come on and we played really well. I'm absolutely delighted, and so we should be. We've got a team going forward here, and we had some real quality. The more money we bring into the club, obviously, hopefully get the crowds back in when times are right, get the money going. I think we're in a good place here, definitely. Absolutely delighted.
We've also been joined by Domanoc in. Evening, Domanoc.
Good evening, lads. What a brilliant result. A brilliant 3 points. Hard gone at times, but it's superb. And I don't think we can.
You've got to give credit to the other team, mate. They were in tap, and we turned it around.
I thought they were good. I thought they were good when we played them before. I thought they were a good team. I don't think they deserve to be at the bottom of the table, but that's where they are. Know what I mean? And we're sitting at the top. Superb. Arfield and Davis, I thought they two were bossing it. Eventually, in that midfield. We did have a poor first half, I think, but we got the goals at the right time. And it was a definite penalty as well. The guy's hand was, as much as he was falling to try to support himself, his hand's still away from his body. So it's
be honest, who noticed it right away? Be honest.
I noticed it in the second replay. I went, that's a penalty. Then all of a sudden, the camera flashed into the referee.
Anybody notice it right away? Who's going to tell a lie? Good, good honest boys. I'm proud.
I didn't see it.
No, I did that. I never noticed it the first time round. No. And if you watch it, I don't even think the players appeal for it. But a good outcome for us, Kilmarnock.
I think it was the linesman they said, didn't it? He spotted it.
I think it was the fourth official.
Aye. I've always said that.
I think it might have been Gerrard that spotted
it. He appealed for it right away. Gerrard. Where are we? GB. Better income for the club. All good. Man, I think that's 540. Is it 540,000 for a win?
You're right, Ox. Aye, and that's what I'm saying. That every win is practically like $500,000 for us. You mean? And I mean, as much as Letty says, it is important for the league. I think, unfortunately, our league doesn't give you a lot of money. So going forward, it's amazing how years gone by, folk would have accepted going out the Europa League and no blinked an eyelid. But nowadays, it's such a big money earner now for the smaller leagues. So us doing what we've done tonight, I mean, they're even talking the potential if we get through and everybody that drops out of the Champions League, the kind of teams that we could be playing against, and hopefully if it's the turn of the year and that, you might actually get a chance as fans to go and see these games. So I mean, mouth-watering.
Jordy Logan, the coaching staff have got to take a bit of credit for that tonight, just with their retweak.
But massive credit, Ox. Of course, I've got to take massive credit. And the guys that have been in our team as well, Ox. I mean, I think for the last wee while, guys like Tav and Barisic and Alfie and that, they've always been 8s and 9s every week. And they've brought our boys through. But I think it was the other way about tonight. I think Scotty Arfield and Kamara and Ruth and guys like that all came up to the floor for us tonight, Ox. And what it tells me is, Ox, they want to play for this manager. They want to play for our club first and foremost, but they want to play for this manager. You can see that in the way we play, and especially in a 3-2 win, Ox, you can see things like
that. Yeah, Gary, you've got to be happy. By the way, I can't even say Gary B because there's 2 Gary Bs.
Well, I'm number 1, right? No, I'm
I know
joking.
in this show you're no, mate.
I'm only joking.
2045 your number is at the moment.
Long way to go.
But you're moving up the charts quite quickly.
I just think you've got to be happy in general as a Rangers fan with everything that's going on. But do you know what I liked tonight? It made me laugh when Alfie got taken off, and every time he missed his opportunity or didn't get a shot or didn't get a chance or it didn't go right from, he's just like he's like a big Wayne, isn't he? He just wants to score goals. He just wants to do well and score goals, and it can only be a good thing in terms of the hunger that the boys obviously go to do well. But he's still doing his job for the team after the ball and working hard and link up play and all that. So he's doing all of that. He's earning his place in the team. Didn't have a great game tonight, mind, but I just like to see him not happy that he's not scoring, because you know that he's trying his hardest to get on the score sheet.
He didn't get that wee bit of luck. I mean, I'm not saying he played well, but he didn't get that wee bit of luck, George Logan, when the ball just never fell for him.
Aye, that's what's got to take, Ox. And I think it was you who was saying a couple of weeks ago there, maybe even just last week, we weren't getting the look, Ox. We weren't getting the look of the green and things like that, and the look at the rub of the ball. We're maybe getting a wee bit of that in the new Ox. I think Alfie just needs one of them, Ox, and I think that'll really set him off.
Can I come in there, Ox?
Yes, mate.
I know we all understand he's playing a different role this season, but with our 2 full-backs being pretty good on the free kicks now, how many people would rather see him further forward, winning free kicks outside the box? As it was demonstrated tonight when Barisic had that great free kick.
It's easy for you to say, Fox.
Well, it nearly was, aye.
Andy Felix.
Yeah, I agree with Fox there. He was just a wee bit further up and he's getting him round about the box. I mean, they're 2 free kicks. If you looked at looked at the period we had. I mean, it could have ended up 5 or 6-2, couldn't it? I mean, that goal had 3 worldies there tonight. So if Morales was further up there, we'd possibly pick up more free kicks round about that box, just half it. And, you would back the two of them to get quite a few returns off of them. Again, it was a great performance. I'm a bit indifferent to Morales at the moment. I just, there's something just not ticking right with me. But, he's added to his game, like I said, right enough. But, it's time now. I mean, if you think of it again, there wasn't a striker that scored the goal again tonight. So, as I said earlier on there, if we could just get him going, I think it's, sky's the limit, But, look, we're not going to be disappointed with this. As I said, I'm absolutely delighted with this. I think we'll have learned a hell of a lot out of this tonight, because we'd have crumbled under these dispositions before. We'd have lost their 2 goals. We'd have probably gone on and they would have just faded out of the game. But no, they looked at them when the whistle went. They looked at the delight in all their faces. They knew they hadn't played well all night, but they're collected. They're all one now, and that going forward can only be good for the Rangers. Just long may it continue.
Here, Gary B, 24 games, 20 wins, still 18 clean sheets, 67 goals scored, 11 against. No bad, eh?
The worry is that we're doing that well, that people will be now looking and looking closely at the team. I mean, that's the thing. We're a team that's doing so well. People start sniffing about, don't they? But it's like you said before, and what George was saying, it's a credit to the coaching staff how far they've came. I mean,
the other thing that took a bit of the gloss off me, Kilmarnock, was the coefficient, but I can live with that.
The coefficient colours again.
I can live with that. The stats are all good, and we part that game and we start moving on to Sunday, which is a bigger game again for the support away to Ross County. Do you think we should give them a guard of honour onto the pitch?
Yep, I'm with that.
I think when old school Blue cut off Gerrard tonight when he phoned in, he was about to say that he was going to maybe change the team next week. But I think come next week, Europa League night, I think he'll be doing a full strength. Last week 3 points up at Ross County. I think he's going to go. He'll need to go for a win next week.
I don't think our team can play anywhere away. We might change the personnel. You might have Zunga playing. You might not have Davis playing, depending what the Jack situation is. But I don't think the personnel we've got, and I'll go to George Morgan for this. I don't think we can play any other way but go for a win. George?
I think that's the mentality we've built up now, Ox. Our guys, I mean, we keep naming certain guys. I think that they've got the winning mentality now. I think last season, I would have probably been first to say, and maybe even Bridgeman would have said, Ken, is there a captain in our team? I don't know if it's because you've got that winning mentality now, Ox, that you can actually look about and say, Ken, we have got a few leaders. I never maybe seen it before. So I think we've got that winning mentality, and I don't think we can actually go any other way other than going for a win. But I keep on saying, everybody, Ox, I'm praising everybody. We've all praised the manager, the club, everybody on here. We've done nothing yet, Ox. We need to keep it going. Again, like Bridgeman says, Sunday becomes our biggest game of the season. Straight away, bigger than the night and bigger than any other game we've got to talk about.
I've just been sent a message. There's a major incident in the West End of the city. There's some ambulances there. I don't think it's any day with Jordan Jones and Edmondson this time. They're trying to scrape a pensioner off the ceiling. Fox.
Yes, sir.
Did you see it?
I've got a question for you, right?
Go then.
Fitness is a big part of the game that we played just now. And it showed in that game as well that we're full of running at the end of games. How crucial is that going to be? And will we run out of steam again?
Kilmarnock. And then Gary.
I don't think they're all. I think this 5 subs is definitely a good advantage to us, and the subs we're bringing on there are quite good. I think the night he used his subs well. I was waiting for Aribo to come on, and I think doing the 2 in the last 5 minutes was smart as well. Just that was a wee bit of game management as well. Just bring 2 fresh legs on so they can start hunting when they've got the ball in the last few minutes. So I think the 5 subs is definitely worked to their advantage, and we've got a good squad.
Gary?
So no, I don't think we'll run out of steam.
Gary?
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't think. I don't see us in the same situation as what we were last season. I think what Gerrard demands at the players. If you look at his post-match comments after Falkirk and how he said that being 4-0 up, he brings on the 2 young boys and he has a go at the squad because their intensity levels drop when he brings on them 2 young boys. And what he's basically saying to the squad is that by dropping your intensity levels, he'll have obviously looked at the tracking systems that the guys wear, and he'll have seen the amount of miles or the amount of distance they covered before they were 4-0 up and after they were 4-0 up. So Gerrard's still on the players now. Even though they're playing well, even though they're undefeated, he's still on them, and he's still digging them out when they need to be dug out. So I don't think that's going to be an issue. I think last season it was an issue because we didn't have the strong enough bench. Now, when we talk about playing a weakened team, and I say weakened team in quotations, what does that actually mean? I think now, if you bring Bassey on at left back, are you honestly weakening the team? He's not quite at Barisic's level, but you're not weakening the team.
But he might be a better defender than Barisic.
That's what I mean. So I think he plays next European game. He gave him that experience. Because I don't think you weaken the team by playing him. I think you actually strengthen the team by giving the boy that experience. Okay. And then if you look in midfield as well, I don't think any combination of 3, I don't think you weaken the team anywhere. So I think it's all about, you got to see it as positives for the squad rather than negatives for the 11 that start. So that's the way I see it. I don't see it as intensity levels dropping off.
We'll go to GB and then we'll be joined by Ross. Go to GB and then Ross. I'll bring in Ross. On you go, GB. Floor's yours.
Well, Gary made great points there, and it was one of the annoying things tonight. I don't know where everybody was watching again, but I was watching it, and it was Craig, and it was Danny's commentary, and he was saying that the team looked leggy, and I'm like, are you for real? Like, half of that team was rested on Sunday, so no way was our team looking leggy. It was just basically that Liege were playing with that much intensity. I mean, they were no mugs tonight. That team came at us. I mean, they were getting it full pelt and all. And for our team to withstand that was absolutely brilliant. It just shows you where our fitness levels at, considering we came back to win the game. So,
cheers, mate. Evening, Ross.
Yeah, how you doing, all right?
We're in quite a good place, mate. Yourself?
Fine. Enjoyed that tonight. Well, second half anyway. Fantastic result.
First and foremost, great result, mate.
3 points, that's all we're wanting on it. Again, to continue it. But do you know what, Ox, see that game tonight? That reminded me very somewhat of Braga last year. I mean, they set up the same way, 3-4-3, and we couldn't get, I see every time they were up the park tonight, I thought they were going to score, the exact same thing. And then second half, we've settled in, we've changed that a wee bit. As soon as we've got level or got ourselves in front, we were the better side again. They didn't know what to do with us.
I agree, mate. I think what you done was, because of the way they played, and they kept the players wide outside their fullbacks, and then the outnumbers in midfield, they controlled it, particularly in the first maybe 25 minutes. And we couldn't get the ball, and when we did get the ball away, Ross, we gave it away cheaply.
Aye, that's right. We didn't keep it. Aye, that's right. But no, fantastic result again, and hard 3 points again. We keep saying it, teams in Europe, they're no mugs, and we're getting the results against them.
Well, there's some team are mugs. But are you not worried about the coefficient, Ross?
Oh, what's that?
Nothing, mate, nothing.
No, listen, all I'm worried about is we take care of us, we look after ourselves, that's it. I don't care what they do, do you know what I mean? Focus on ourselves, that's the number one priority.
Good here, go. We won with German Sunday. We go 14 points clear. 14 points clear, George Logan. Through in the Europa League. We're building something special.
We're getting the rocks. We really are getting there. But can I go back to Fox's point? Because I think that's a good point. Because I wasn't hard on the team last year, but I didn't think his fitness was the best last year. Scott Arfield, and I kind of a lot of people getting them excuses he hadn't had a break for a few summers and things like that. Ox. I think that Scott Arfield's pace and running and energy is absolutely fantastic. Ox. I really do. I think that goes through our full team. And I think that's why the night when we went down 1-0, I didn't think to myself, we were going to get beat here, because I knew we had more in the legs and more in the tank to actually get the 3 points out the game.
Aye, I think you're right. The fitness is something that we've got to be pleased with. Kilmarnock.
Oh, definitely. I think Linda covered it on night there when she said Arfield not getting away from that national duties definitely helped him, and I believe that as well. All that travelling, and he's on his game, isn't he? He's that's about 6 to 8 games, and he's been one up there with the better players. He's on a great run of consistency. But the fitness all over. It's certainly shining.
That was another good goal we scored. I mean, there was a great reverse pass for Kamara to Kent.
Brilliant pass.
Looks up. The easy ball was to inside to Morelos, but there was about 3 room. Touched it back. Nice finish. Great goal.
Arfield should have buried that one in the first half, didn't he? Kind of similar. He gets in the positions just right on 1-on-1 with a keeper, didn't he? Run on top of him. He can pick his space. But it was a great goal. But Kamara's pass was superb, and just the running with Kent, and just finding that ball through to Arfield, and he had it brilliant, just right in that right hand corner, right along the deck. Was a great goal.
Ross, who's Sean for you, mate? Who's Sean? Who was your?
I thought Stephen Davis was excellent. I thought Arfield and Ruth, they were the 3 for me.
I thought Davis was arguably our best player, except other people done all right. But I actually thought Balogun was the best defender in my team tonight, which shows you what we've got there. Andy for Leeds.
Yeah, Balogun definitely. But you see, there's another point. You see, in Europe, like you're never going to have your own way in all these games because of, you're playing with classy players and good teams. So, like, what we're learning to do here is although we struggled, but when we got on top, we learned to get the goals at the right time, which in turn let us get that result tonight. So that's good. On the fitness side, I think the 5 subs, like you say, I think that's helped us because it actually keeps them fresh. And when you bring the guys off the bench to come on for them, the only thing it does to the game, sometimes if we're 3 or 4 up, it kills it. They don't, where we're looking, go and punch these teams. But the subs all know what they've got to do. And when they come on, they do the same thing as what the first team's doing or the first pick's doing. So in a sense, it should keep us fresher if we use the heat. And the way they keep going on like this, they're only going to go in confidence. That's the only way I can say. Think about it. I think it's brilliant. I think I think he'll struggle to get back in the team now. That Balogun's playing really well.
I mean, he looks a snip. George Logan looks a snip. Balogun.
I think he was the sign of the summer, Ox, because I'm not saying he's our best defender, but he's given the other guys something to think about as well. Because right now we'd be left with Big Edmondson. I can't he's suspended now, but we'd be left with him really if Hollander was injured. So we've got a lot of backup there, and they're keeping each other on the toes. Ox, I like that. And the big guy puts his head everywhere, and just a proper defender. He remembers me, Big Bruguera, Ox. I think he's just a right proper defender, and I think our back 5, back 6, however you want to look at it, has been absolutely brilliant for us. Ox.
You were talking about Katic in the show, the pre-match show. I don't think Katic has got to get in that team. I don't think he's good enough compared to what we've got now. I don't think he's better than Edmondson right enough.
Do you think what happens, mate, is you move on and you don't take players with you? So it's now up to him to get the fit and then improve his game and see where it takes him. He's got to up his game.
Yes. Yep.
I think that's slightly unfair as well.
You know, see what it takes. He is a young player, Dominic.
Aye. I just looked at the quality, but again, the whole team's went up a level, hadn't they, for last year? And I suppose it's a lot of the same players.
When you take it, really, the European games last year, Balogun wasn't playing, obviously Roof wasn't playing, pretty much the personnel was the same, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah. I like Katic, you know what I mean? I do like him.
We've got a caller coming in for the UAE, so if you just, I don't...
sorry to interrupt you, pal. Sorry, I'll let you go now, alright? But thanks for taking my call. I'll give you a phone at start next week after the game on Sunday.
Cheers, Ross. Always a pleasure, mate.
Thanks, boys.
Cheers, mate. How we doing, Colin? UAE?
Aye.
Hello, mate. What's your name?
Colin.
How we doing, Colin? Do you enjoy that?
Yeah, I'm enjoying listening, yeah.
What's on your mind, mate?
Not a lot, obviously.
What goes on my mind is simply... Yeah, it's just I think we shouldn't get too carried away with things.
Well, keep our foot on the ground, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, good point, mate. Listen, we've got loads of callers coming in, Colin. We'll hold you back there and we'll speak to you in a minute. I'll take that point on the panel, you can listen. A good point of Colin's, mate. It's all about attitude, keeping your feet in the ground. George Logan.
Aye, that's right, Ox. That's exactly what it is. We've won absolutely nothing yet, so that's what we just need to remember. We've won absolutely nothing yet.
Tomano.
All this praise the club's getting and the team's getting, the players are getting, Ox, but we've done nothing yet. We're playing great, but we're at the top of the league. But I want the league, and then we'll start saying what we can do, Ox.
Good point for Colin there, Tomano.
It was a good point, aye. I don't know where he got his booze for in Dubai, but he was certainly trying to be a bit full, didn't he?
Just
Colin.
The emotion of the game's got to him. All right, we'll leave it like that.
Aye. But
but it's all about attitude, isn't it? And that'll nothing surer than Sunday's game.
I think we it's just back to basics now, Sunday, isn't it? It's just a reset again. We'll go again, you know what I mean? And nothing's won. And we just need focus on the 3 points. Forget about Europe and get out there and get a performance on Sunday. Early game, early kick-off. And I'm sure Gerrard will have his focused and grounded as well. I think he learned from last year when we were all celebrating at Parkhead, the Piggery, you know what I mean? And we were all celebrating, but again, I think they all went to Dubai and thought, get the cigars out, we've won this. But there was a lot of hard work to be done. And I think Gerrard's got them on the feet in the ground now, you know what I mean? To say, nothing won here. Nothing, it's still 25 games to go here in this league.
Here. Gary, and then we'll go to GB.
I think massive corner turned in the COVID summer there that we had with Gerrard and the squad. I think he's had a right good chat to them, and he's probably owned up to the squad and said, look, I got carried away as well. You can see that with his relief and his celebration at Parkhead. But he got ahead of himself. He realises that. He'd probably change that if he could go back in time now. But you learn from it. And I think I've always said, and I'll maintain it, Gerrard is a super fast learner. He makes mistakes because he's young, but he doesn't often make the same mistake twice. And I think that's what we're seeing in Europe now is, yep, we're making mistakes. The mistakes aren't too costly, but you know, he doesn't very often make the same mistake twice, which can only be a good thing for us as a club and as a team going forward.
Well, we're hearing that he listens to the View for a Bridge, GB. That's where he's getting his new tactics.
Well, it's no surprise considering the way the defending is these days. You mean, so the Bridge is doing a fantastic job. If you're listening, Bridge, well done, man. But no, I mean, the attitude, the full squad is outstanding. And like you say, even the Old Firm game there that we won, there wasn't any like over exuberance, if you mean. So I if we continue that, keep our feet in the ground, keep taking it game by game, we'll be there. We'll be up there challenging. That's what we want.
Here, mate. Here. You're right, mate. It's about going with the right attitude. It's worth a lot, Andy, for your Leeds. Character, big job, called the attitude, whatever you want. If you've not got it, you'll not be able to grind out results like that.
No, well, that's what it's all about. And I mean, as soon as the game went, the first thing I was thinking about was the 3 points on Sunday, right enough. So, and hopefully we're players and everybody in the club, I would be thinking on the same lines as ourselves. I mean, if you look at it, we're in a fantastic. I can't take a smile off my face now. We're sitting top of the Premier League. We're in the quarterfinals of the League Cup, and we're at top of the Euro League. You can't ask much more than that, can you?
Aye, it's no bad gone, George Logan.
Aye, Ox, it's what we were saying a wee minute ago there about we've not actually done nothing yet, Ox, but we are playing some excellent stuff in the Ox. We're playing some excellent football, and I heard you speak about it. Was it last week? One of the shows last week, and you were deciding what kind of football. I think we're playing as good football as we did when we played under Advocate. Ox, that's the kind of football I thought we played good football then, and I think we're playing that kind of football now. We're winning games. Last season, Ox, I thought we never really put anybody at the sword. We're doing that now. We're absolutely destroying teams now. Ox, I just hope we can keep it going. And we've got the squad, the bunch of guys that can keep it going for us, Ox. And I trust the guys we've got they're playing for us now.
Here. Can I just say, I know Zunga only come on for the last 5 minutes, but I'll tell you what, he covers the ground quick. I don't know if anybody else noticed.
Never noticed. I did notice. I noticed a singer in the background. I seen that, Mama. I seen that.
It was that quick, Ox, that I didn't even realise he was on the park.
Well, there you go. That takes some doing, doesn't it?
It wasn't until the commentator said Zunga, I'm like, when did he come on? So, the boy's doing well, especially coming into a team that's winning like that. You mean, he's fitted in nicely. And by the way, I seen Arfield run right across and gave him a big cuddle when he scored on that. So good team bonding there.
You see, Arfield with the young boy Dixon, was it? We played on Sunday when they were at the end of the game.
Aye, yeah. Brilliant again. And that's what you need. You need these kind of guys about the team, don't you?
Well, the boy might not have a pro contract. He might get some kind of bonus for being in the European squad, you know. Aye, you might have been kidding him on or looking for a tap off him.
Can I just give some credit to Big Golson tonight? Again, getting his heat back on getting his heat on that goal.
Good goal.
Aye, bring us back in it again. So credit to Big Golson.
And he nearly done it in the second half as well.
Did you keep a touch on it at the bar?
Aye, sort of over the bar. Didn't make easy with his bodies, you know.
But coming back twice and getting a goal up, then losing a goal within a few minutes, and coming back, that's tremendous. You know what I mean? That will to win, just to dig in and pull it out of the bag. Superb.
Aye, Mr. Fox, attitude wins your football matches, not just skill, but we've got skill as well.
We're showing a lot of great traits on the football park. We're showing, as you say, the right mentality, the right work rate, great creativity at sometimes. We're scoring loads of goals and losing very few. So for me, I think we're doing exceptionally well at the moment.
Andy Phillips.
Yeah, as it stands at the moment now, it's the will to win, isn't it? And that can only take us forward, as I keep saying. But yeah, look, the thing is, when we get our first hit in the Premier League, and then we say we react after that, because sometimes you need that little kick in the teeth to take you forward. And I generally believe that we've got it now. The players all want to play for it. I think Golston, you know what I said about him last season and that, like, but I've got odd man's up with him. He's just a different kettle of fish, that guy at the minute, and he's becoming an aerial threat. you know, in the opposing box, which is only good for Rangers. So I think everything's good. We just get one game at a time, and that's the way I want to go.
Okay, can I thank everybody for joining us tonight, or the callers. Colin for the UIE, thanks for the call, mate. I don't know who's doing the dishes still. Is that still you? Must have some of the dishes today, Gary. They're still doing them. Can I just thank everybody for calling? Great night for the club, great night for the fans, great night for the team. Thanks to Fox and George Logan for coming out to start the show. GB for joining us. Andy Philippe, Gary, Damarnock, let me see, and everybody who joined us on the call. This has been Rangers Radio. We'll be back tomorrow night between 8 and 10 talking about all things Rangers. We'll be joined by the one on Ross as well, by the one and only JFK. Take it away, old school boy.
Rangers, easy, okay. Look out, everyone, we're on our way. Football is the game that we play all over the world. Rangers, easy, okay. Look out, everyone, we're on our way. We can show the world how to play, for we are Rangers, okay. Won't you come and cheer us? Help the boys along. White and blue, coming through with a song. Oh, Rangers, easy, okay. Look out, everyone, we're on our way. Football is the game that we play all over the world. Rangers, easy, okay. Look out, everyone, we're on our way. We can show the world how to play, for we are Rangers, okay. We'll be there to do it, do it if we can. Win the cup, hold it up in our hands. Rangers, easy, okay. Look out, everyone, we're on our way. Football is the game that we play all over the world. Rangers, easy, okay. Look out, everyone, we're on our way. We can show the world how to play, for we are Rangers, okay.